Alright, picture this. Two bumbling waiters drowning in debt to a gangster make a desperate run for it and accidentally stumble into a film studio where they're mistaken for extras. Chaos, confusion, and comedy ensue.
Now come with me, would you? And stop messing about.
That's Go for a Take, a 1972 British slapstick farce that throws its characters from one ridiculous scenario to the next, all against the backdrop of a busy movie set. Now, if you're a fan of classic British comedy, the name Reg Varney might already ring a bell.
Are you? Where? Well, there must be a million places. It's a trolley with 3 tea and cakes. Why bother? We can both have a breakfast off my face.
He was the face of On the Buses, one of Britain's most beloved sitcoms at the time. Here, he plays Wilfred Stone, one half of our hapless duo. His partner in crime, well, accidental crime, is Jack Foster, played by Norman Rossington, who had a long career in comedy and even appeared in A Hard Day's Night with the Beatles. Together, they form the heart of this film, bouncing from one disaster to another. So, what's their deal? Well, Wilfred and Jack are not just bad at their jobs, they're absolutely useless. They work as waiters, but they're the kind of guys who would probably spill soup on the guests before even reaching the table. Their real problem, though, is money. They owe a lot of it to Generous Jim, a local gangster bookie played by Patrick Newell. And let's just say, he's not the forgiving type.
It's another £100 they owe me, 600. I'll stuff them in a cement mixer.
Desperate to escape his wrath, the pair make a run for it, and somehow end up in a local film studio.
Now we need one more at the bar. Now can you handle pouring wine?
My game, girl.
Right, over there then.
And here's where things get fun.
This stuff looks very tempting, doesn't it? Oh, don't you worry, sir. I'll see you get a good portion.
Before they know it, they're mistaken for extras and thrown into different film sets. It's like a crash course in acting, except they have no idea what they're doing. They find themselves dressed as everything from knights to horror movie victims, and each scene just gets more absurd. One of the funniest sequences has Wilfred completely lost in a Dracula movie.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Price. If you want any more, then just let me know. Privilege. I'll get her, yes.
And speaking of Dracula, Dennis Price plays a hilariously pompous actor
Your ice cream.
in full vampire gear,
I do enjoy it, my dear Jeanette, and I love that biting bit.
adding to the film's self-aware humour. Another standout moment involves Wilfred being a stuntman for a Tarzan-type character and having to swim across a river
How did they get in there? I thought they were going to use dummies.
without knowing the studio are using real crocodiles to chase him. The whole film is packed with slapstick gags, mistaken identities, and over-the-top performances that keep the energy going. Now, the supporting cast is stacked with familiar British comedy faces. Sue Lloyd plays Angel Montgomery, a glamorous actress caught up in the madness.
I thought this was supposed to be my scene. Who changed the script?
Julie Edge, known for her roles in British comedies and Hammer horror films, appears as April.
I know you'll do your best and be marvellous, but remember, you're supposed to believe.
Then there's Anuska Hempel as Susie Ekman, adding to the chaos.
You seem to be moving pretty fast to me.
And if you're a fan of classic British TV, you might spot Johnny Briggs, who later became a household name on Coronation Street, and John Levine, best known for his role as Sergeant Benton in Doctor Who. And let's not forget David Prowse.
That's the stuntman. Sooner in than me this afternoon, eh?
Yes, the man who would later don the Darth Vader suit in Star Wars. Now, let's talk about where this was filmed. Most of the studio scenes were shot at Pinewood Studios, which was cleverly renamed Starwood Studios for the movie. If you know Pinewood, you know it's where countless British classics, including James Bond films, were made. The filmmakers really took advantage of the setting, jumping between different sets and genres, making the film feel like a whirlwind tour of British cinema at the time. So, how did Go for a Take do when it hit cinemas? Well, not great. The box office numbers weren't impressive, and critics weren't exactly kind. The Monthly Film Bulletin initially praised its opening chase scene and some of the studio set humour, but eventually called it tedious and criticised its reliance on slapstick. Leslie Hallowell, a well-known film critic of the time, didn't hold back either. He described it as a painful British farce. And Radio Times, they gave it a brutal 1 out of 5 stars, calling it a slog with very few laughs. Ouch! But here's the thing, while it might not have been a smash hit, Go for a Take has a certain charm. It's a time capsule of British comedy, packed with familiar faces, frantic pacing, and classic slapstick humour. If you're into that kind of old-school British comedy where everything goes wrong in the funniest way possible, it's worth a watch. So, what do you think? Have you seen Go for a Take, or are you planning to check it out? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into a forgotten British comedy, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
From now on, you are Winifred, stunt woman. Right. And from now on, I look after the money. I've had enough of you.